Is Los Angeles about to fall under martial law? Martial law is basically the military taking over an area and everybody in it. So the military will temporarily replace local elected government. You'll have curfews, restrictions on where you can go, when you can go. Civil rights are suspended. Things like due process or defending yourself in court, that's suspended too. Civilians who disobey military orders like a curfew can actually be tried in a military tribunal. Now, we don't know if any of this is going to happen, but it definitely can, and there's some things you want to look out for. A governor can declare martial law. Congress can declare martial law, and a president can declare martial law, but has to have congressional approval first. What the president can do without Congress, he's already done. The president called in the National Guard to quell the anti-ICE protests around Los Angeles. The interesting part here is the governor did not ask for that deployment. That is not the norm. The last time a president sent in Guard troops over a governor's head was in Alabama 60 years ago during the civil rights protest. Now, the president can absolutely deploy the National Guard. Yes, completely. He's the commander-in-chief, but only after a state asks for it or under the Insurrection Act of 1807. That's where the president can deploy troops even if the state doesn't want it, but it has to be to stop an insurrection or violence or civil unrest that's blocking law and order. But the president hasn't invoked the Insurrection Act, so California Governor Newsom is suing for the troop. Now President Trump says he's also considering sending in active duty Marines from 29 Palms. That's like 90 minutes outside of LA for some perspective. NORCOM says there are 500 Marines in ready to deploy status, but with the orders of protecting federal buildings and federal property. NORCOM hasn't said anything about assisting with ICE or immigration enforcement. So what decides if they're deployed? Is it more protests, more riots, violence, looting? Well, the president says it's this. Even if the Marines are deployed, something called the Pause Comitatus Act comes into play. That is a century-old law that keeps the president from using the military as a police force on U.S. soil, unless Congress says it's okay. But that law specifically only mentions the Army and the Air Force. It doesn't mention the Navy, the Marines, the Coast Guard, the National Guard, and that could be a debatable legal loophole. Hope that helps. I'm Lena, your news anchor bestie. You can follow me if you care about this stuff.